Hello there, I just want to make a short video. It's going to be the first in a series of videos entitled Take It or Leave It, where I try to help NEETs become men or women, as per whatever your personal situation is. Cooking is important. Knowing how to cook is important. Knowing how to make food from fresh ingredients is extremely important. And a lot of people have no idea how to cook. Tons of them don't. We're too used to heating up something frozen from the freezer, something that we bought. It's all pre-made for us. So how do you get into cooking? If you've ever tried to just start cooking from kind of a stopped position, no momentum, no understanding of much past the very, very basics, and you go look up a recipe and get the ingredients and all that stuff, it's actually really overwhelming. And recipes and written instructions aren't actually how we as humans learn to do things naturally. We actually learn best from watching someone else do it and then participating a little bit, and then before you know it, you're doing it yourself. Okay, but a lot of us don't have that opportunity. So how do you get into cooking, I ask once more? Well, I got into cooking, real good cooking, by starting with frozen foods, and especially frozen foods that you can cook in a pan, so like veggies or something, and then I would add something to it, or I would change something about it. Let's say I had a breakfast sandwich, right? This breakfast sandwich has sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant. I say it either way, who cares? I would, and then you just throw it in the microwave and it's done. Well, the grease from the sausage would actually make me a bit nauseous because I have a little bit of a weak stomach, long story. And I wanted to, cook the grease out of the sausage. So before I would thaw it out in the freezer, right? And then, but not cook it all the way. Just enough that it was still cool, but, not frozen. And then I would take it apart and I would put the croissant in the toaster oven. I do not have a toaster oven. I miss it. And I would then I would cook the sausage and the egg. And I would throw the cheese away because it was a really crappy cheese, and I would actually put good cheese on it. And then after I toasted the croissant, I would throw some butter on it. Sometimes I would just throw the croissant on the pan with some butter on it and, whatever. And then it tasted so much better. Oh my gosh, it tasted so much better than when I would just microwave it. So I got really hooked on doing that. Okay, well, the egg was kind of crappy. It was not high quality egg. So I started cooking an extra egg, maybe an extra 2 eggs, and throwing it on there. It was a high stack, And then I get more protein per bread. Good, okay. Better ratio. You need more protein. We never get enough protein in our diets, by the way. Okay. Well, before you know it, I'm now cooking enough that the only thing I'm really missing is the croissant. Because if I'm going to go through all that trouble, I could just get those ingredients and throw them together. And before you know it, you're cooking. Another example, getting frozen vegetables. Throw them in a pan. This one's even simpler. Throw them in a pan. Okay, well, canned meat's no good. I mean, you can cook up some chicken or cook up some this, cook up some that. But we're going to start from, let's just assume you don't, starting square one. You can just straight up get canned chicken. It's not bad. It's not going to kill you, I swear. If you're going to buy supermarket chicken, like the cheap stuff, the canned chicken is not much worse for you. The problem with chicken is the chemicals in it, not that it's in a can. It really is. Anyway, so you can get some canned chicken, or you can use whatever chicken, or you can get whatever meat. Just as you're cooking your vegetables up, throw the meat in with the vegetables. Maybe throw another vegetable in with it. And before you know it, you're cooking. But the sauce, see, the tricky thing about cooking is the sauces and the flavors, and just find frozen stuff that you really like the flavoring of and cook stuff into it, add on to it, make it healthier. Get more protein, get more vegetables in it. And it's much easier than starting from square one. But you still have the room to experiment. But if you don't like what you experimented with, you're probably not going to completely ruin the thing that you're cooking. And that's kind of the advantage here. We're not wasting your time. I mean, I work full time. I only have so much time to experiment. So that's how I would do it. And that is really all I wanted to say. So if you want to get into cooking, get frozen food and go ahead and edit it. Make small changes as you cook it. Experiment, because that frozen food, the instructions only get you part of the way. Now, I'm not talking about the frozen stuff that you slit a hole in above the vegetables and you throw it in the microwave. That's not quite what I'm talking about. I could screw around with that and come up with something, but really I'm talking about like a bag of vegetables or like a pre-made breakfast sandwich or something that you can add on to or change. And that's really all I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for listening. I want to make more small videos like this because this is how I learned to cook myself, and I wanted to share it with people. All right, thank you very much for your time, and I really do hope to speak to you again soon.